Good afternoon. It's Friday afternoon. It's the beginning of October half term, and I'm delighted and proud to say that I have survived my first 7 weeks at the helm of Framsham Heights. I actually feel like I've done more than survived it because I've really enjoyed myself. I've found myself at the helm of a really happy school, a really buzzing school, a school full of, you don't need me to tell you this, but of really wonderful young people. And actually some of the highlights of my term have been when I've had the opportunity to stop and sit down and break bread and share a meal with some of our wonderful students. They're brilliant, they're outspoken, they tell it like it is, they're quite happy to tell me everything they think is wrong and what they think I should be doing. Changing rooms for the swimming pool, I've heard it, I'm working on it. And that's been a real joy, so it's good to be here. What else has been a joy? Last night's autumn sharing show was an absolute pleasure. We had 150 kids on the stage, singing, dancing, playing, performing, and the eclectic mix was brilliant. And as I said on the stage last night, the thing that I loved most about it was we really had 150 individuals. Every performance was different, and every individual within each performance was slightly different, showing their personality and style and talent. And so it was such a pleasure. Thank you to all of the parents and staff who supported the event. Also thank you to those parents who came along for our town hall on VAT yesterday. Really appreciate your time and your challenge. I'm aware that the 5 o'clock time wasn't great for everybody, but thank you to those of you who submitted questions in advance. I hope we have answered those. And as I understand it, there is a link to the recording of the event just down there. If you scroll down on the newsletter, you can even do it while I'm talking, because I'll keep talking to you, and then you can go and read what else has been going on at the same time. And I won't possibly try and list off everything else that's been going on. That's what the newsletter's for. But I did want to give you a heads up about a couple of things that are coming up, both practical improvements we're making to the school and also some kind of philosophical changes that are coming in the water. And no, don't worry, by philosophical changes I do not mean that I'm bringing back school uniform and detention. So first of all, this half term is going to be a really busy one here at the school while lots of us are elsewhere resting. We've got a huge amount of building work improvements, renovation going on in various parts, but the most exciting pet projects from my point of view are two things. Number one, the restoration of the high ropes in the woods up by the sports field. That's starting tomorrow on Saturday, I believe, and for me that's really symbolic. Because one of the things that brought me to Frensham was the notion of kids swinging through the trees, and I haven't seen enough kids swinging through the trees. So we are fixing those high ropes, we're extending those high ropes, we're putting in a fixed line. At the minute it's a self-belay course, which means you've got to be quite tall in order to do it, and younger kids can't access it, but there's going to be a new fixed line so that shorter people can make their way around that course. And there's also going to be a new zip line down to the ground. That will all be ready to go after half term, and I know Lynn Kay is particularly excited about that one. And then the other pet project from my point of view is the renovation of the nursery to year 3 hall. The staff have done a brilliant job of clearing everything out, ready to go, and that is beginning next week. So by the time you come back after half term, that will have, I'm going to say, a bold new look. It's I think controversial, some people are saying, but it's certainly bold, it's certainly going to be bright, and it's certainly going to make a real statement. So really excited about that. And then on a kind of educational philosophical point of view, there's a few other things starting to happen here. One of the conversations I had with the staff at the start of term was around changing some of the narratives in the school. And one of the narratives I want to change is the notion that at this school we're not competitive. We're really good at saying we're not competitive. And then I go and watch our sports teams playing, or I go up to sports day, and I see that actually there are quite a lot of kids here who really do like to compete. What I also see is that we compete differently to some other places, and I think that's a really interesting aspect of this school. We're not aggressively competitive. It's not all about winning. We win and lose with equal grace. But I think these are really important life skills. So I'm not saying I want this school to be competitive. I'm not saying that at all. But I want us to kind of stop saying we're not competitive, because it opens doors to more things that we can do, which will be awesome, really good fun, in line with the ethos and philosophy of the school, but will also bring our community together. So after half term, we're going to see more house sports competitions. After Christmas, you may well see the school's first inter-house singing competition in a long while. And you know, at Easter, I'm thinking about an inter-house pancake race. So bringing joy through healthy, gentle competition that brings people together. It's not about, grrr, we must win at all costs. But the reality is the world we live in can be competitive. And actually lots of our students really enjoy competing. And so I think in the gentlest, warmest sense of it, we're going to start to embrace that a little bit more and bring that to bear in opportunities to bring our community together in a really joyful way. It's been an awesome half term from my point of view. I'm so grateful to all of the parents who've stopped and taken time to talk to me, shared their views on the school and the direction of travel. I'm so grateful to all of our wonderful students who make every day so interesting and so entertaining. I hope everybody has a really good break, and I can't wait to see you back here for the second half of the Christmas term, which I hope will be full of snowflakes and sparkly lights and trees and maybe the odd merry-go-round. Have a lovely break. See you next time. Take care. Bye.